All right, awesome. Good evening and welcome. It is POWERSTART 2022 by Tokotaya. This class is actually titled Expert Guide to POWERSTART 2022. Why do we think we're experts at this? I've had to start a lot of things again and again in my life to know the difference between starting and stopping. So we have experience, requisite experience, that allows us to call ourselves experts at this. What we're doing today is less than 2 years old. We just started. But that aside, I think the next word that is important here is POWERSTART. And I'd like to start actually by discussing some of those words directly. What is power? What is power? I like to make this interactive. So please chat, talk back. You can even unmute. We can have a conversation. What is power? The last phrase in the chat box now is power of chatty phrases. What is power? What is power? I have some things written out, but I'd like to see a couple of things from you before I go. Like we said, our classes are designed to be interactive. It's not a classroom setting where we just come and just sit down and just throw things out. It's a place where we actually want to have a conversation with you because we understand how that will impact on you and on the knowledge that you can get from this class. A lot of us went through school. I personally could not graduate because I just didn't like the lecturing idea. I spent 8 years there and came out with nothing. And I'm very, very proud of that these days. That tells you how many things I've started. Oluchi, she's always the most engaged in class. Power can also mean strength, just like the ability.
Direct message.
Okay, it's a direct message.
People can say.
Okay, so that let me change the settings so we all can see the message. Oluchi said power can also mean strength, the ability in which one can do things. If you want to unmute, please, you're welcome. You can unmute and speak up. It's all good. It's all good. Try it again. Try it again. The setting is to everyone. Try it again, please.
The ability to get something done.
Ability to get something done. Thank you, Abijah. I would have loved to request that you sing again tonight, but I know.
No.
Calm down.
No.
Abijah the voice. All right, so let me go to my definition here, and please, okay. Bible said power is the ability to work or achieve desired results. Awesome, good. I'd like you to know that the word power is both a noun and a verb. It's a noun and a verb. A noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Refresher course. A verb is a doing word. At least I passed English. If I didn't pass any other thing. So first, as a noun, let's define power as a noun. It's the ability or capacity to do something or act in a particular way. You are here in this class experiencing the power of my speech. If I unleash Abijah, you would experience the power of our voice. Because in all of us, we cite some form of power. Power is the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of yourself or others or the course of an event. I'd like you to know that these definitions are not here by mistake. So please follow carefully. This is still preamble. Yeah, real estate doctor said power is the ability to do work. All he says, the capacity, ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of things. Thank you so very much. Now that is the noun. Let's go to the verb. Why is this thing reacting slowly? Sorry, my PowerPoint is acting up. So, as a verb, power is the supply of energy. It can be mechanical or electrical energy. Power can be a move. There's a reason why we didn't title this class Kickstart, why we chose the word Power Start. And the reason is part of why I'm giving this preamble. So power can be said to be the supply of energy. Now that is power. The word is power start. What is the meaning of start? What is start? Start is a verb. There's no noun in that. It is doing. It is begin or begin again. Is the reckoning of a new point, a particular time and space where things take birth and then go on. It is when an event or a process happens. I'd like us to know that these phrases, these two words, will be very, very important in our lives going forward.
So now, why did we give definition of these things? There's something that is said, the more you understand what a word represents, then the more you actually can do that thing. So what does it mean to start? It means to begin or begin anew. And that begin anew is deliberate. So there are times that you've done something, you abandoned it, then you need to start again. And why are we saying this? There are times that there could be few people here who have started things and therefore have abandoned those things and are reluctant or feeling like failure or feeling that feeling of, oh, I'm not so good. I want you to know that you are actually you are actually where you need to be. Now is the time to start again. Now is the time to start again.
There's a confession I think I want us to take now. I'm not ahead of myself. Just say it to yourself. I'm not behind myself. I'm just where I need to be. I'm not ahead of myself. I'm not behind myself. I am just where I need to be in my life today.
And why do we need to say this? A lot of people feel like, oh, you know, I've lost years. If I started that business, oh, if I had
if I got married.
Yes, if all these so many ifs. And guess what? When you actually live in that realm, there is no how you actually can start anything with energy. No wonder a lot of people at the beginning of the year have this so much as super pump, but guess what? 2 weeks gone and they're tired because they're underlaying things that are actually running their life. Things like guilt, things like, oh, if I had known,
regrets.
Oh, all of those things.
Basically, anything that helps you to either live in the past or in the future ensures that you do not start anything in the present in your life.
That is why we said you should say to yourself that I, Taya, I'm just where I need to be.
Now.
I'm not ahead, I'm not behind.
Because you are not in competition with anybody or anything.
That gives you that assurance that you are where you need to be.
So some synonyms of the word start: begin, inception, onset, emergence, first appearance, kickoff. Start can also mean reason or motivation. Now, without reason, you cannot be motivated to start something. Without reason, you cannot be motivated to continue doing something. Until you start, you cannot get something off the ground. For you to get something off the ground is for you to start. For you to get that thing going. For you to keep that thing moving on. For you to get something working is to start. And let me tell you something. It's something I've been saying for a year already. This is the Third World War. There's going to be a lot of starting and stopping and starting over again. And you need a lot of power to survive war. Oh, somebody said power. And that person said power. Which one do you want? Do you want power or you want power?
I love the definition, the part that says activate. So like I said, there are a lot of things that are sleeping already that needs to be activated. So you look at the different aspects of your life and say, oh, I need to do this. Then you need to actually activate those part of your life. That's what it means. Those are some of the synonyms. You want power.
Power.
So you're not tush. Hey, I love that. I love that. I love that.
All right, before we go into class proper, I'd like us to have a few things, housekeeping. All of that was just set to frame our minds so that we have an idea of what is coming. Now we understand power and we understand start. The title of this class is Expert's Guide to Power Start Your 2022. Request again that please, everybody, make sure that your energy is high. Somebody asked me something one day and the person asked me a question. He said, are you interested or are you committed? And I thought about the question and I thought, I'm interested. Am I committed? A lot of times we find that we are interested in a lot of things in life, but interest in things produces no results. Until you make a commitment to, you cannot get results. If you are here, be committed here fully, please. Participate 100%. Concentrate. Please invite people that are around you to join this meeting now. Most important, invest in your growth. Chat. If you need to speak up, raise your hand, speak. Let's have a conversation. We learn better in mastermind situations than in classroom setting. That is actually why our educational system as it is has failed and is continuing to fail. I don't think that is news to anybody. But a lot of us have gone through school and we've not been able to make sense of it in life. Because the system that is producing that is not helping. There's a need for us to rethink and change how things are going. So, properly before we start, I'd like to greet you all. And I'd like to greet you like the boxing champion is greeting the president. We greet you all respectfully. We greet you all culturally. We greet you all in every way that you want to be greeted. Welcome to today's class. Before we start, we'll give you a brief introduction of ourselves. We'll just run through this, Abby.
Yeah, and I think that's in place because I know a couple of people here know us already in a particular capacity. Some people don't know us in another capacity, and some people are just even meeting us for the first time. So it will really, really be in place for us to introduce ourselves. So like you are all guessing, we are a couple. The word Tokotaya simply means a couple.
Toko, husband, Taya, wife.
So we are a couple and we're a couple in business. So we are partners in life and partners in business. We've been into entrepreneurship for well over 30 years. I tell people I've never worked a day. I have never worked a day. I don't know what it means to do paper pushing. I don't know what it means to run to work 9 in the morning. 5. I don't understand it. All I have done is business. I've done several businesses. A good number of them I've done so well. Some I've done bad. Yes, they've done bad. Now, so who are we rather? This introduction.
Just do your introduction. I'll just skim through this.
This should not be the first introduction.
Okay. So there's a malfunction in slides. Please permit it. Do the introduction you want to do.
No,
I should still do this. Okay.
Yeah. So we've had the grace to help people understand that selling is service to humanity. If you know us, we are actually, our niche or our expertise lies in sales and marketing. And guess what? A good number of people here have been able to sell confidently because they understand that selling is service to humanity. And we are so happy. I love selling. I love selling because selling has its root word in the word give. When you sell, you give. When you understand the concept of selling, guess what? You will sell every day. We have the business growth companion with expertise in sales and marketing. We necessarily don't call ourselves coaches, and here is why. We are companions. Go and guess. I have people that have worked with us for well over 15 years. We have people that have worked with us in this new industry for 1 year. We have people that have done over a year. So I believe, like I said, I'm a very relational somebody. Yes, There's one slogan: I will never leave you alone until you succeed. So that's why we call ourselves companion. But our expertise is in sales and marketing. We show you how to sell with ease so that you can meet and surpass your sales target. People have issue with selling, so they don't find it easy to sell. So we show you how to sell with ease. We also show you how to grow and monetize Instagram, even if you're new. Presently, I have just 800, and I started monetizing from around 300. And guess what? I've had the grace to show others how to monetize, even with 30 followers, some with 135 followers. I love to help starters when it comes to that part. So more about us. We've had the grace to grace other people's platform. There's a picture here. This is Pastor Nia. This one here is my mentor. He's the only person that I know that is a coach to a lot of billionaires in Nigeria. You can go and check him out on Google. You can check it out on Instagram. So if somebody like Pastor Nia this one here has called us to grace his platform 2 times, then you know that we have something credible to say. For somebody, for an HN9 to say, Tokotaya, come and talk. That is, you can see his face, you can see our face, then you know, because a lot of times people see people that are new and like, they're skeptical, and that's okay. And that's why we are doing this, because I want you to be attentive and to be able to get things. Apart from Pastor Nils at this platform, we've had the grace to grace platforms like smartphone photography, boss.
We're actually on that platform for straight 3 months.
She's actually a certified photography. She's actually a
Harvard graduate.
Harvard graduate. For somebody like that to say, come and grace my platform for good solid 3 months, then you know that we are not saying anything that doesn't make sense. We've also had the grace to grace platforms like the Coach Jules platform, Audacity Network. I did MBT, and she allowed me. She called us our stand coaches. I'm saying all of this because I want you to be attentive.
MBT is Steve Harris's program that every business person in Nigeria wants to go through.
Yeah. So if we've been on that platform, and my coach then will always say, "Oh, they are my assistant coaches," then you know that we are made up of stuff. Now, I would have loved to tell you so much about us, but guess what? Today is not about us. It's about you and the people we've helped. We've helped people. We've moved people from frustrated to sold out. We've moved people from lack of clarity to being clear. Do you know the biggest problem on planet Earth is clarity? I need you to know the biggest problem on planet Earth is clarity. I talk with a lot of entrepreneurs every day, and he says, I don't know which business to start. I don't know if I should call that client. I don't know. There are so many uncertainties, lack of clarity. But guess what? We've been able to move people from being not clear, being disorientated, to having clarity. We've even moved some to getting what's it called now? Give me this thing, to getting awards. We've helped a lot of people 10x their sale, 5x their sale. I have a lot of my clients on this call. So what else do you need to know about us? What else do you need to know about us? What else do you need to know about us? We've moved realtors from estate owners. We've moved realtors to being estate owners in less than 3 months. We've moved entrepreneurs from single digit millions to double digit millions in less than 3 months. We've helped realtors move from 0 to 17 million in less than 3 days. Yes, we are that good like that. We are that good like that. We have clients that are presently working to hit the 1 billion revenue mark. Yes. So now you can see there are so many testimonials, there's videos. Like I said, I'm very interactive. So guess what? My clients are really, really interactive. And when you do a lot of things in the life of people, guess what? They will give you their videos. So I have so many videos here. I have Yboom here. I talk about Yboom a lot. Yboom is one of my longest standing clients. She's been working with us for over a year, and she recommends a whole lot of people. So if somebody moved from paying 2.5 to paying times over 100, she used to pay 2,500 to us. I like to share my story because this is not.
We'll get deeper into that story.
So
you understand?
Met us, and the first money she paid us was 2,500 for a month. And I said, Yboom, I can help you. We can help you. move up. And she moved up to paying more than over times 100. And she has paid continually and also referred people. If somebody can do that, then you know that it's not fluff. Now, the question is, who will be the next? You
well,
can see?
For there are certain pictures that are not here today that I can talk about. Holy Saints, her camera is on. She's somebody I can talk about today. Abdul Baki is here, I don't know. Awezi, I can talk about. Oluchi, I can talk about. These are some of the names I'm mentioning to you are people I just met in the last 2 months. So we'll need to update this very soon. But hopefully, I hope that very soon I'll also be talking about you in my webinars like this. But before we go into class proper, I want us to consider this quote. I want us to consider this quote seriously. And there's a reason why this slide is here. I understand that we are Africans and we like to be very, very religious or spiritual or spirit-religious. I think it's more about being spirit-religious. I want you to read this. It was said by, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Epicurus. It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. As we get into this class, as we get into this power start moment, I want us to understand that the first thing we described in this class is power. And that power is to awaken you to being powerful in your life. Because in the season and in the times ahead of us, a lot of things will happen and a lot of people will run to prayers and their prayers will not be answered. And I'm saying this categorically because most of the things that they are praying about, the person that they are praying to is wondering, did I create you with a brain in your head? The person is wondering, I'm waiting on you to take action. Don't wait on me to do miracles. Times are changing. Like I said, it is the Third World War ongoing. You need to wake up to your reality. You need to be in your place of power. Step into this power. You need to step into the light, go beyond the darkness, and get into the next year with power start.
So now that we've understood the concept of starting and what power means, then you see why we term this thing power start. Not New Year resolution, not goal setting, because yearly, people set so many goals. And guess what? At the end of 1 month, they don't even know where they wrote the goals. At the end of the first quarter, they are tired. But if you're able to start your 2022 with so much power and energy, guess what will happen? You will see that you will finish the year strong. And I'll be telling you this with our own experience. I love to use stories, especially my stories and my client stories. Now, to help us power start the year 2022, there are certain concepts we need to understand. Because until we understand those concepts, guess what? Whatever goals you set will not come to fruition. You will not even do them until these things are set. You see, a lot of people set goals, or a lot of people have goals set in their head, and they come and wonder, oh, is it village people? What's wrong with me? Am I accursed? No, it's because Habination, you never understood certain concepts. So we'll help you understand certain concepts so that by the time we are done with this webinar, you'll be able to sit down and create goals, that will help you burn for the new year. Create goals that will help you run.
You reminded me of a poem I did some time ago in the past. She said something now. It will help you to burn. My people have a saying that when you catch fire, people gather around to watch you. That's going to be very important in the coming season. Because the economy of our time and season has changed, and we call the economy of our time today the attention economy. And that goes back to that song that we started with. That's Zazu song that was requested for. If you understand that the game of the attention economy is a major thing that is going on in that space, you will find your power and know how to call attention to yourself. You will find what to burn at. I don't want to say too much starting out. A lot of the things that I'm supposed to say here, we reorganized and we'll be saying them when I'm giving projections for next year. I'll be doing a bit of.
So don't worry, we said we'll be giving bonus forecast. The reason why we do this forecast, I'm going to tell you the reason why we do this, so that you can wait, because I know some people, let me do this to encourage you to wait. So in the year 2017, guess what? My industry went bust. My industry. I did this for well over 15 years. Yes, bidding. I did bidding. I was in the crafting industry, bidding precisely. You know, when people come and say COVID, though, I'm always like, what the heck? Why are you shouting? COVID happened to us in the bidding industry in the year 2017.
Let me explain it to you so that you can feel what is going on. Imagine that on a normal day, on a month, when a bad month comes, you will do 1 million naira in sales. Bad month. And you do your normal sales in the month of August, and you get to the month of September, and it is a big deal to do 200K. And you think maybe it is village people, maybe it's unique to me, maybe it's, and you research the market around you and you notice, okay, everybody in the market around you is the same.
And this thing I'm saying,
and you step up, listen, you step up, you go to your supplier's market and it's all the same. You wonder, am I getting something wrong? October, what's going on? You look into the sub-region, West Africa, it is the same. And then you look up by late October and you see that industries, factories that are producing, most successful in the business, they are doing clearance sales, are doing wipeout sales. That was a worse situation.
Yes, for us in the bidding industry. So that happened. And you know what? I came and I accused them. I said, see, you're the one that normally...
It's my beats to see what is coming ahead and to say, okay, go this way. We got into the bidding business when nobody was doing it. I saw, okay, this thing will trend, so get in on it before it becomes a trend. I told her before gas became popular that, see, the way people are buying kerosene, that's how people are going to buy gas.
So I came, I started blaming him, I started crying. I said, didn't you see this coming? Your head was actually buried in the business. So it's the same thing I'm telling you. Things are changing and they're changing fast.
And guess what? When that time came, hope was challenged. Hope was challenged. In the days that are coming ahead, your hope will be challenged. In the days that are coming ahead, your hope will be challenged.
Some businesses will just cease to exist, just like COVID period. Some businesses just went, like they disappeared. They disappeared. So I'm here telling you that you need to hold on to hope. Guess what? COVID here experienced, and we're still in COVID anyway, but that's last year, experienced the highest number of people with mental health.
Yeah.
All hospitals were filled.
Mental issues.
So hope is not something to joke with. So if you're here, maybe you're at a point that things are not really doing well. Some people it has to do with their family. Some people it has to do with business. Some people want to change their career. And it seems gloomy. I'm here to tell you that you need to keep hope alive. Hold
on. Pain ends. The pain you are going through, I can reassuredly guarantee you that pain does not have a lifespan that is as long as yours. Hold on. Keep hope alive.
Because without hope, there is no other thing you can. Actually, when somebody loses hope, the person has gone mad.
Without hope, we can't have this conversation. Now, I have two pictures here that will help us understand how to keep hope alive. One, you need to think outside the box. You will see a picture there, the creative mind, and you will see that gooky smoke, colorful smoke over the head. Your creative mind has the capacity to go beyond your everyday limits, and it has the ability to bring color into your life. You need your creative mind in these days ahead to keep hope alive. You cannot always afford to look out of your window and take cue from the news. You cannot afford to look at CNN and CNN or Sky News tells you what is going on. You need to go to a place within you that is outside you that you can see color. Let me tell you something more important. You cannot do that You cannot have hope without love. That's why I have the picture on the other side that has the hand that is stretching out to help, to give and receive. That hand is carrying in it hope. One of the things you will need to do to sustain yourself in the coming days is you will understand the principle of giving and receiving as a principle to keep hope alive. Because without hope, whatever we discuss, power cannot be sustained in it. So for you to sustain the power that you want to start with, that power, you need hope. Now that you have hope, the next thing you need is clarity.
So the next concept we want to discuss is actually clarity. You know, I said something, one of the biggest problems on planet Earth is actually clarity. A lot of people lack clarity. Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do in this area of life? Oh, should I start this business? Should I stop the business? Should I take a bend? I say it, entrepreneurs have 3 problems. Clarity problem, validation problem, and what's the third one? I can't remember at the moment. But once you knock off those 3 problems, guess what? You will thrive. Clarity, validation, and a third one that at the moment I can't remember. So for you to pass start 2022, now that you have hope, you need to be clear. Like, you know, people enter the Telegram, I'm like, how much do you want to pay? I'm seeing 6 figures. I'm like, what's that? What's 6 figures? 6 figure is from
nothing.
What's
Nothing.
it? It's just a range. Somebody say millions.
6 figure is not a range. Your mind has nothing to work with.
That is why those things do not even come to pass, because you are not clear, Abineshu. And you know what? After I say it regularly, if you're an entrepreneur here, or you're thinking to become one, you need to love numbers. Like, why are you scared of numbers? Oh, I want to make X amount. Don't say I want to sell 10 boxes. No, give me that 10 boxes, what it means in naira and kobo. So my question to you today is that what do you really, really want?
Ask it the way my mentor asked it. My mentor asked that question until I started crying. What do you really want in your life? Not what your father wants, not what your spouse wants, not what you think your children want, not what you think your pastor wants.
Not what you think.
Okay, let me do it like this.
Let me do
it like this. I want you to type in the chat what you want. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? While you are typing that's in the chat, you can continue.
What do you want until you are aware of what you really, really want? You know, some people, you are already used to say, hey, what does society want? So you bend. You see what? That's why a lot of people are not happy, because they're doing a lot of things that they don't actually want. Now, I want you to do something. I know some of you will not be able.
KG, what is success to you?
Success to me can be living in a mansion. Success to somebody can be living in
a
suburb.
hut in the village. As of today, I'm living in Lagos. It is not success to me. No. The plan is to move back to Akwa Ibom and go and find a nice remote village where there is fresh air and I can enjoy soup per day.
So I know people will come up with, oh, I want success. I want to make money. Guess we might not be able to do this. Why? Because this takes time. But I wanted to do something. I wanted to go back and write. As KG says, success.
I don't want you to rush. Okay. Even though you might want to go and do this very well later, can you take one thing, one clear, defined item that you really want?
What do you really, really want? Like,
one of the things I've desired the most is to have time for my family.
Success and clarity is a major. Don't worry. We are going through that process now. Now, we are saying, what do you want? I want you to know what you want very well. I know some people will find it difficult because, like I said, clarity is a major issue. Now, if you are not clear, you actually can't set audacious goals.
No, somebody has written something that they want.
I want to live a fulfilling life, impacting people, traveling the world, and running a boutique hotel and wellness resort.
Keep it coming. For some of you, this is the start of something really, really major in your life. The ability to look through and ask yourself,
Now I want to say something. This, what do you want? I don't want you to look at your present situation and set those things that you want. Because people just look at it around. What do I want? Let me tell you a story about me. So when I say me, it means us. Yeah, when I say hi, I means we. At times I use hi, I use we interchangeably, just accept like that. Clarity. At times in life, I see that people set goals according to where they are at at the moment, which is actually not what you want.
Let me tell you, where you are at the moment is your past. Where you are now is your past.
So Abby's surprise box, I want to be a successful businesswoman, providing solutions to people's needs, impacting life. That's not clear enough. What solution do you want to actually provide? Because every solution, everything that solves a problem is a solution. So that's ambiguous. I need you to be clearer. I want you to say precisely, I want to eat amala with ewedu, with begiri, and obiata, with bokoto. Not say just give me one nice plate. No, because every food is nice.
Let me tell you why this is important. My wife loves to eat out, but not in your big eateries. She's a mama put kind of babe. And you know what she told me? You go to an eatery and they serve you. You go to mama put. You look in the pot of tea. You say, no, that meat. No, that, bring that one. They bring it out. I don't like it again. Drop it. Bring. There is the grace to choose precisely your desire in mama put. And that's why she would rather go to mama put than go to any.
Why is this guy disgracing me like this?
No, I need you to understand that that singular simple thing is clarity. The more you can tell yourself in life, a lot of times we know what we do not want. The question is, what do you want? Now, if you look at the picture in front of you here, you will see two heads facing each other. You will see one head with puzzles, colorful puzzles, scattered. A lot of us, that's how we function. What this class is to help us do is to arrange the puzzle in such a way that it has order, which is the one on the left. You will see that head has the puzzles arranged. That is clarity. That is clarity. To understand this concept.
Another thing I would like to say is that where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? And I know that's going to be a big deal for some people because a lot of times people are so short-sighted. Like I say, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and I see a lot of entrepreneurs thinking just now, thinking in the now. Now, one good thing for you is for you to sit down and think, where do you really want to see? Where do you want to be in the next 10 years? And from there, draw a roadmap. Because when you see yourself, what you want to be, somebody give me that Robinson's quote, that popular quote of Robinson.
Tony Robinson has a popular quote. He says that we put too little in 10 years and put too much in a year. What he's saying about that is a lot of times we live in the short term. Taya said something one day and it got my head thinking. She said, we are hoping to live a long life, Abi. But all the investment plans we are trying to make, we want it to come into fruition in 3 months.
6 months investment plan.
The long-term one is 1 year. Why are we thinking 1 year as long-term in investment and we hope to be around the next 50 years? These things, the reason why we're saying this is if you can think in terms of 10 years, you are 30 now, you are 40, you are 40 now, you are 50, you are 50 now, you are 60. If you can look into 10 years and create a construct for 10 years, it is easier for you to break it down backwards and ask yourself, how much of this do I need to do this year? Now, you will not be saying, this is what I wanted to achieve. You'll be seeing how much of a whole that you can achieve. That's clarity.
Now, like I said, normally there are tools that we use to help you with critical thinking. Yes, because I know some people are like, they are confused, especially people that are polymath. You know, people that are polymath, they have tendencies to do so many things. So they start and stop. They start and stop. They do this, they change. Do this, they change. They seemingly begin to look like people that are not even serious at all. So there are tools we actually can use to help you with critical thinking so that you can be clear and take sound judgment. You know what my mentor was saying one day? It's entrepreneurs I see. You ask the entrepreneur.
Jesus, that start a 40 hours job to avoid an 8 hours day.
We ask the entrepreneur, why did you go for this option? And the person says, I just did like this. You know,
No,
there's
do
this,
it the way you did it. Wing it.
and you know, it's why that day I was just laughing. I was like, what's this? We just go,
Wing it.
no reason, no clarity. Why? So I'm here to call your attention to the fact that if you want to actually power start, you need to be clear. You need to be so clear, like so clear. That is how you actually can avoid shiny objects. I tell people the concept of shiny object is actually wrong. It's wrong because what we call shiny objects, some people are doing the same things and they are making it. But the reason why these things are shiny objects is because if you say come and do, if you actually get to the logistic business now, that will be shiny object for me because that's not what I want. But why Bom is into logistic business? If she sees opportunity that helps her expand, that will be the right thing and not shiny objects. So I need you to know that if you want to avoid shiny objects, hey, today I'm doing this, today you're scattered all around, you need to be clear. And like I said, we won't be able to do so much on clarity because there are certain tools for people that will be coming for the paid version of the POWERSTART. We'll be giving you tools to help you to be clear so that you can take sound judgment. You can know this is what I am doing and here is why I am doing it. So nobody will come and say, hey, you know what, this is the in thing, and you just go. Or somebody says, I think you should do this career, and you change without thinking. Or someone says, I just want to leave the job, and leaves. And I'm like, why did you leave? I just got frustrated. Why are you frustrated? No good reason. It's just like, do you understand? So please, clarity. I need you to go home. When we are done with this, sit down. Like I said, you need to be clear. Remove all form of ambiguity. Let me tell you some of the things that I was clear. I started saying I wanted to get on an international platform. And I didn't look at the fact that I just had 800 followers. Then I even had 500. This time last I just started my new Instagram handle and I had just maybe 100 followers. October last year. And I started saying I wanted to get on international platform. And I'm glad to tell you that at the moment I'm on international platform and more doors are opening. I wrote it. I sat down and I said, these are the things I want. These things precisely. Let me tell you the truth. At the time they looked big. But guess what? I was clear, and anything that looked good but wasn't right for me, I didn't go. There's a difference between good and right. Not all good things are right for you. You need to know. So let's go to the next concept.
Somebody's asking a question. Don't worry, just stick around.
Just keep all your questions. We'll answer
we'll
your
attend to all the questions. Next thing, after clarity, you need to focus. Now, focus is an interesting concept, and a lot of times, in a lot of situations, focus is bastardized. You cannot start from focus in life. And you also need to understand that focus is follow one course until successful. There is a course that is right for you. There's a course that is right for you. Until you can focus on that one that is right for you, which is where clarity is such an important thing. Focus cannot be a useful tool in your arsenal for this war.
Let me share with you one of my client story, Wybom. You see, when we told Wybom move up, so she moved up from the wealthy nation and she went to one of our higher packages. The business growth program is actually charging dollars. And the concept of that program is doing less for more. So guess what we did do? We started shutting down businesses. It wasn't an easy task. I told her, I said, see, if you want to multiply, you need to narrow down. Because it is when you narrow down, you begin to now see the things you now need to even grow. So we said this business, shut it down. We shut down about 3 or 4 of our businesses. And I'm happy that she followed through. It wasn't an easy journey, of course, doing something. But I was like, why are you doing this? We started asking questions and she couldn't give answers. And we said, you know what? These things are just clogs in your wheel. You need to focus. And guess what happened to her? By the time we picked a particular business of ours and we focused, we took all the strength and energy that should have been dissipating, all the resources. Some people are saying, you think you are doing multiple businesses, multiple also. Multiple also. Your time is limited. When I tell people resources, some people think I have the money. No, money is the least Is the least thing you need when it comes to resources. The brain you will use to think, critical thinking. So you are there thinking about 4 different things, only you.
Your management team.
Solopreneur, thinking about 4 different businesses.
You are doing the business presently. You are doing me, myself, and I. And you are trying to do 3 different businesses. Think it again. No?
Okay, somebody said, what's your mentor's name? N Adesanya on Instagram.
N Adesanya. N Adesanya on Instagram.
So, focus. Some of you, let me tell you something. Let me just tell you the truth. Some of you will actually leave the business you're actually doing and change. Some of you will need to change career. Some of you are actually carrying too many baggages. So it looks like you get tired easily. You feel overwhelmed. See, it's good. I tell people it's good for you to know that no, I killed it. It's not no, I killed it. There's something called pause. The times that you need to pause. There are times there's some, let me tell you, let me even share this particular one. Why boom? Are you here? Why boom? Are you here?
Let me check. Continue, let me check.
Why boom here? I wanted her to share that when she got the NAFDAC stuff. I wanted her to share it. I wanted to share the network. She's not here. I know a network.
Yeah, sorry, you've been struggling with the network. Just what I want you to do when you join, just focus on what is going on at the moment. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. Hear what you hear now.
But let me just tell you what happened. At the time, she was trying to get another registration. Another was saying, go and buy this equipment. They're charging out another extra to him. I said, Auntie, let's just abandon that. Let me tell you the power of focus. She got accreditation for 5 of our products without paying extra dime because she focused. I wanted her to share that story herself. She will go into details if she comes back here. I'll tell her to come and see the story. That's the power of focus. So sometimes she would have costed that extra 2M with more machineries. Guess what happened? She got it. She said, let it not be like I didn't even pay. I paid 1,000 naira to get accreditation.
No, she didn't pay. She gave.
She gave. That's what focus does. At times we do as if, oh, tomorrow is not there. Tomorrow is there. Focus on something. And this applies to every area of your life. Focus. For you to power start 2020 and finish powerfully, you need to focus.
Now, for you to focus, you will need to not use your creative mind. The creative mind is not designed to help you focus. You need to engage your logical mind to focus. A lot of people hear focus and they get into gookiness. They get into wooziness. They get enthusiastic. Focus is not about enthusiasm. Focus is about long suffering.
You know, the entrepreneurs that come to me and tell me, which business should I do? I tell them, see, let me tell you, any business has the power to multiply your success. Honest, just think about it. Any business at all. And people come and say saturation. I said, let me tell you, saturation is a myth. That thing you're saying is saturated. Some people are actually doing that same thing. And they are doing it in multiple of millions. So it's not, the problem is not saturation. The problem is that this business is not good. The problem is that you should pick one and focus, stay focused on it and grow it. Then the next concept that will help you start 2022 and help you finish it is goal setting. Now, not just goal setting, goals accomplishment. Because like I said, I'm sure a lot of us, they already have a goal set in different areas of our lives. But let me ask you a certain question. The last one you set, for the last one here, how many of those goals did you achieve? How many? How many of those goals did you achieve? I was looking back at my goals and I was seeing that I actually have achieved, or like I said, I wanted to get onto the international platform. I was thinking, how is this going to be possible? I didn't want to remain a local champion. I wanted to go international. And guess what, as I'm talking to you, that has happened. I wanted my son to finish his junior, what's it called now? GSC, and that was even miraculous. He did just 2 terms
throughout GS class.
And you know the way
only
it happened.
2 terms in GS class.
Now I'm saying we didn't just set that goal, but we were able to accomplish it. So how can you set a goal like my son's goal, which is, oh, I want this boy to finish from secondary school, and he actually just went to GS1 first term, and the last one he did exams. That was actually out of my control. But there are things that will help you set audacious goals, goals that actually seem impossible, and you'll be able to achieve those goals. Because goal setting is more than say, okay, this goal, I have written all of these things.
Please
No.
remember that when we come into things like goal setting, we've discussed it before. This is the time for you to put your creative thinking into order. You can see pictures of human brains here. These things are controlled by your brain. That's where the power is. The noun and the verb, that's where the control center is. Your capacity to arrange things in your brain will determine how you arrange things in front.
Now let me share with you some of the things that will help you to set goals. Before you set your goals, you need to be aware of the following things. Who you are. You see, a lot of people set goals that are not congruent with them. So they say, hey, everybody is setting this particular thing and putting this, but that is not who you are. And there are 9 kinds of people on planet Earth. We have enthusiasts, we have helper, we have challenger, we have the investigator, we have achievers. You need to know who you are. Because until you know who you are, you actually cannot set goals that are in congruence. And that's why it seems like 2 people are doing the same thing. One is prosperous, the other one is not. The other one is struggling. Why? Because one is actually doing things in line with his core. The other one is scattered, is not in congruence. You need to know who you are. And I would have, in as much as I would have loved to go in depth to describe each of these people so that I can know who you are. Time will not allow me. Like I said, there are 9 kinds of people on planet Earth. Are you the helper? There are some things I will never do. There's no how. I can't do it. I can't. I'm a helper. My husband is a challenger. So there are some things that we do. So there are some things I can't do it, you know. Now, if I don't know that who I am, guess what? I will do things that will not be in congruence with me. And once I am not in congruence, nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to work. It's like a car that is in disorder. No matter the aesthetics you put in, the painting, the big tire, the rims, and the brake box is malfunctioning. Hey, it will not work. I've experienced that life and direct.
Oh, Jesus. Somebody drove my car out and returned it, and I didn't know that they had changed the brain box. Guess what? Between Ijebu and Lagos, I bought how much fuel?
Close to 30K fuel.
Close to 30, just on petrol.
It was mad. That's to show, I'm trying to explain the concept of knowing who you are. Until you know exactly who you are. Some people are enthusiasts. So today, hey, I've seen one business that they're dancing. And in that 1 month, I've not done it. They keep changing things because they are enthusiasts. So those kind of people need certain people in their environment to say, Auntie, be calming down. Be calming down. Why people like investigators will stay there and be 4 years?
I'm researching.
They are still researching.
I'm researching.
Those ones need challengers and they have to sangalo their brain and say, what will you stop it and go and fail? You need to know who you are. So for people that will be joining us on the paid program, you will be telling you these various kind of people so that you can know who you are. So you can set goals. And not just set goals, because only goal setting will not help you accomplish the goals. Like I said, follow me through. Apart from knowing who you are, you need to know where exactly you are. You see this thing, a lot of people have problems. And especially this day of social media, where everybody is coming and just putting all of their achievements. You now, because you don't know where you are, you begin to feel bullied. You begin to feel depressed.
Let me tell you something I tell Taya. You see one of the big problems with social media, why a lot of people fail because they stay here. It's because the way it is designed, you carry your own failures and you begin to compare it with every other person's success. When I show up on social media and you see me and my wife all nice and dandy, all smiling, do you know if we are putting up a front for the camera? Do you? Is it? You think what we come and do in 1 minute is our lives? Don't get it twisted, though. Amanda is laughing.
So you need to know.
Don't get it twisted. You need to understand that in this time and space, you are traveling a personal journey.
Period.
Now, social media is going to get a lot more powerful. I'm going to tell you a bit more when we get into the forecast class, so you can understand how to play around in it.
in every area of your life, you need to know where exactly you are. And I'm taking business at a point now. So someone that is starting their business, you're not comparing yourself with someone that has done 10 years in that same business. You're not overflogging yourself. You're feeling overwhelmed.
You are comparing yourself with the person that has achieved overnight success. You know, 10 years in business is generally overnight success.
You know, people when we meet, they're always like, you guys are influencers. I'm always like, did you see me put influencer? They say, hey, because we just 800 followers. Do we always talk? I say yes. Get the recording. Roots. Okay. It's okay. So please, I'll continue. Help me. Help me with power.
Okay.
See, that's how we know we are in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Nigerian. So don't worry, we'll get power up. But just follow me. Let me cover my this thing. Help me just cover continue. This.
You can't cover it.
People that want recording. Okay, so please, are you with me? If you're with me, let me know. Just chat. Just send me if you're with me. If you're following, just let me know. Send me emojis so that I know that you are following. No, I don't need it. Thank you. Send me emojis so that I know you are following. Send me emojis. Send me emojis. Are you following me? Should I continue? Can you hear me, please? Can you imagine? I'm not seeing anything. You see me? You're with me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's so many. Thank you. So, like I was saying, you need to know where you are in every area of your life. You need to know. You need to know if it's your beginning. You need to know if you're in the middle point. You need to know if you are at the exit point. You need to know exactly where you are. Until you know where you are, you can't set goals that are in congruence with you. So imagine me that I just started my coaching business a year ago, and I start setting goals like someone that has been there 10 years, and now say I didn't achieve it, and I start feeling depressed. Will it be any other person's fault? No, it will be my fault because I don't know exactly where I am. That would be my fault. So I know that I was just starting my business. I know that for people to know me, I had to do some things. I knew, so I was able to set goals that were in congruence with where I was exactly. But now I've done more than that. I'm setting goals in congruence with where I am presently. And guess what? In another 5 years, I'll be setting goals. And take, for instance, also when I was already 15 years in my bidding business, there were things I could do like this and just wing my finger, they will happen. So you need to set goals exactly where you are. Next thing is that you need to know what you want. For you to be able to set goals that are in congruence with you, that you can achieve, you need to know what you want. So I'm just starting this business. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? You need to know what you want. And that goes back to clarity, why you need to be clear. You need to know exactly what you want. In business, in your relationship, in your career, you need to know, what do you want? Until you know who you are, where you are, what you want, the fourth thing will not happen, which is which steps or processes or things will get you to where you want. Can you see? I'm explaining this because I want you to be able to, at the end of this class, go down and be able to set goals that you can achieve. Know who you are. Know where you are. Know what you want. And now, in between where you are and what you want, there is a gulf. There is a linking bridge. And that is the processes or the steps that will get you there. So I needed to get on international platform. Oh, I was just new in the market. People didn't know me. So what did I need to do? I needed to get on other people's platform. Even though I was running ads, but who knew me? This was a business I was just starting. I needed to get on people's platform because I knew where I was I knew what I wanted. I knew that the process to get me there is that I need to get on platform. So I went knocking. I didn't say I was shy. I'm shy. All these stories. You need to get on platform. So I went on platform and I knocked. Did people say no? Oh yes, they said no. So many no's. And I'm here to tell you that along the way you will get so many no's, but do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. So these 4 things will help you set audacious goals that you can achieve. Know who you are, know exactly where you are, and accept it. Don't start thinking in Jesus. Some people just like to use this prayer bamboos. I'm a tongue-speaking Christian. Know where you are and accept. Okay, this is where I am. This is where I am. I have just one store. Only me, solopreneur. Only me. Nobody knows me. That's where I am, and accept it. Because until you accept, until somebody accepts that they need a child, they won't follow the doctor's advice that says, have sex for the next 6 months with your husband before coming to complain. The person needs to accept that, oh yes,
this is who I am, and these are the things I need to do.
That is how these 4 things will help you. So when you now know, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to go, this is where I want, what are the things I need to do? Then you begin to do those things boldly, courageously. People will be like, this person is mad, though. You'll be like, let the madness continue. I know what I want. I know that I need to get this thing. That's how to set it. There are 9-step processes to help you out. For those that will be joining the paid program, you'll be, like I said, it's long. I can't start going through all of that. To help you set goals and help you accomplish them. But I need to also say, there are same areas to set goals. We call it the wheel of life. The wheel of life focuses on 7, some people say 7, some people say 8. They are also called happiness factor in human life. So like, let's take this away. Thank you, sir. Like if you have goals set in these areas of your life, you will feel like a complete human being. And for people that come on for the paid POWERSTART, you'll be going through what we call wheel of life to actually know. You'll be scoring yourself to know exactly where it's going to be. It's going to be so much practical. We'll do exercises, yes, to know, because there's no more deceiving of oneself, honestly, because there's nobody you are deceiving, you're only deceiving yourself. So these are the areas in which when I set this goal, I feel like a complete human being. Career or business, for those that are in business, for those that are in career. Your finances, you need to set goals for your finances. Your physical and mental health, family and friends, romantic relationship, spiritual and personal growth, fun and recreation. If you don't set goals in these areas of your life, you will feel incomplete. That's why some people are losing their marriages, because everything is work, no fun. Their children don't even know that they exist. They are estranged with their children. You need to consider fun and recreation. There are people that just work. You know, I was talking to a family friend, and he was like, he works in a bank, was like, you know what, bros. He was talking to me, I said, bros, I don't even have time for personal development. And he knows the hazard, because some of you just, let me tell you, the level to which you are developed personally is the level to which other things in your life will be developed. Why am I able to tell you that you need to know who you are? And I mentioned 9 types. Yeah, I didn't just fall on me. It's development. People in my inner circle know, they know how much I study. You now wonder how I started this business just 1 short year ago, charging 2,500.
1,900 naira monthly.
Now I have programs of $5,000 that have people that are paying for it in a year. It's personal development, it's not fluke.
Serious personal development.
It's not fluke. Now, when I say personal, some people think it's just buying. No, it's not just buying. That's the minimum.
But that leads us to the very next slide. A lot of times when we hear all of these things, the concept that I would explain it is your mindset. We look at it as fruits on a tree. Money goal, relationship goal, career goal, spiritual growth. All of those things are fruits on a tree, and a lot of times we want to spend energy polishing the fruits. We forget that what produces this fruit that is above the line happens in the roots that is below the line. I saw something very, very funny in life. I saw a guy pay one of the best copywriters in this country to write him a presentation.
Ew.
Now they wrote him the presentation and they packaged for him, I think 500K to 5 million naira products. And I don't know how it happened, because if you paid somebody to write you a something, you should be able to deliver it and pull it through. But the guy got live on live and he started reading the script, and it was obvious that he was reading the script. When he got to the places where price, can you see me? Where the price was, he started twitching. He got uncomfortable. He started stammering.
He started laughing at himself.
At a point, he started laughing at himself. He saw the prayer, he saw the prayer. The fact is this: what was not dealt with below the line dealt with him above the line. The same guy that told him to go and sell the products, the same guy is selling products that are times 10 that, and he sells without flinching. The meaning of that is this: if you focus on things that are above the line, on the fruits you want to get, and you do not deal with things that are below the line, you will flat out fail. And you can read my lips. Do you think that a sane person that is just ordinary and normal will go and tell somebody that is paying 2,500 naira to come and pay $1,000? How do you get in a conversation with somebody like that? I need you to think about it. There's something I read sometime. Somebody is about to be the most expensive in your industry, in your locality. It can be you. And I took on that challenge. And you know what I discovered? The people that are expensive, they are selling the same product you are selling, but their person is different from yours. So if you attempt to sell the prices that they are selling, you will fail. Because people don't buy as a function of that your present opinion or perception of price.
Should I even tell you the truth? I love it. People love something. People that work with me know that I work from inside out. You see, I love to deal with this part called mindset. And I'll be sharing with you what constitutes in that thing called mindset. That's why I have some people, after doing all the pancake, they package you like that in the package. They put you in suits. You do your system. You have this Apple, nice place.
You must have an Apple computer. You must wear a Tommy Hilfiger shirt. You must have some Ray-Ban bows on your face. You must wear a kind of. You must. After all of that is prepped up and done.
If your inner self, your core has not been dealt with to fit in, you will fail flat out. And that's why even after doing all of those things, people are still failing. People still look at them, because I like to deal with people from inside out. When you change inside.
Below the line.
Below the line.
The roots. The roots.
Make the tree good, the fruit will be good.
That's scripture. Make the tree good, and the fruit is a consequence of the roots. The fruit is a consequence of the environment.
I like to say
the tree is sustained, will stand by the quality and strength of the roots and the soil that it is growing in.
Let me tell you something that happened one time. There was a particular time I went to, I used to be in Ijebu-Ode, came to Lagos, came to Oda, and that particular day I bought goods worth 1M without putting down 1 naira. It was like jazz. Like when I shared the testimony with people in church, people are always like, what did you do? But guess what? Before that time, I had sold myself, I set in my mind.
6 months.
You see people say, I used to be like that. But when I see people, I used to be like that. Doctor will be like, I was like, what are we supposed to be doing now? Hey, let's do this.
No, let me explain it. Taya is the kind of person that will say, explain this to me with the aid of diagram, how God performed a miracle in your life. Now, how do you expect me to explain a miracle with diagram? But that's the kind of person she is. You can't tell her, my intuition says, she will say, explain. What do you mean by explain it? Explain it. So when I started teaching about how to work things from inside out,
It
And I
was-
told her a scripture, your strength is to sit still. Oh, Jesus, we had fight too.
It was the most uncomfortable. It's actually the most uncomfortable thing. So people are like, "Hey, so you mean I should not run that hard?" I've seen somebody that ran hard. She said it with her own mouth. A millionaire. She didn't make one sale. Why? She has said that there was something wrong with her mind. You see, when this route is not in place, we can do all the packaging and take it to the most expensive.
So one of the very first things I will tell you is this. We cannot deal with this in a one-day class. What you are today, the mindset you have today is a function of the whole of your life. From pregnancy, from before pregnancy.
Wow, we're 41.
Are you with me? You need to understand that that will not just shift. You need, one of the very first things you need to work on your mindset is the ability to sit with yourself in calmness. Can you stand who you are? Can you stand yourself? Because until you do that, you cannot begin to discover yourself.
Now, my question.
I have a little story to share. By virtue of how I grew up, my initial thoughts, which I expressed to her verbally, was that I was going to be an away father. I'll be gone till November. January, February, March, April, May. I see you crying, but girl, I can stay. I'll be gone till November. I'll be gone till November. That was the thought. Because growing up, my image of what I'll be as a father or a husband was going to be a pure beast. And I said to myself, I'll save you the havoc. I'll be away. I thought I was something because of what I saw, what I knew. I met her and transformation happened over time. And I discovered that actually I'm the kind of guy that wants to cook for his family to eat. Guess what? I'm not the guy that is interested in handling cash. There's a season in my life that a whole year I don't hold fiber. I don't hold money. I'm not interested in that. I told her one day, I said, see, a lot of men are waiting to use money to control their wives. Dumbfoolery. I will learn to be a man without controlling you with paper. Authority is not a function of things, it's a person. But I also had to learn that and balance. I'm telling you about how to get the right mindset. Sit still with yourself and you will begin to discover who you actually are. Some of those things that you are, people that are close to you have been telling you those things from when you were young. One of the people I respect the most would always look at me and say, if I had my way, you will think and you will talk. All you will do is think and talk. Because I see how we bring naughty issues and we say half of it and you just go 1, 2, 3 and it is all solved. But guess what? I was in an environment where I was being pitched to be a medical doctor and accountant. Clarity. Stay calm with yourself. When you begin to know yourself, you begin to get the right mindsets for you. We are all different.
So let me ask you certain questions. Do you have the right mindset that supports your goal? It's critical. Like I said, it's not enough to set audacious goal. Now I have it here because I'm into sales and marketing. So I have it niched down. Do you have the right mindset that supports your income goal? Do you have the mindset? Let me tell you something about this, how this thing is wicked. Somebody says, hey, I want, let me give a figure. I want to make
100 million.
100 million. But guess what happens? The deal that will help you make 100 million now comes. Because you never imputed the right programming. That is when your body will fall sick. That's when the call will not go through. That's when they will call you, you will say, you will missend and misbehave and you will lose it. You not say you're village people. No, it's that your mind is not in place. Your mind does not support that income goal. My question to you is that, do you have a millionaire mindset? Do you have a billionaire mindset? Do you have a multi-millionaire mindset? You need to begin to impute this mindset. And this thing is not a day, it's not a one-off thing. No. It's not a one-off thing. It's not a day thing. My question to you, what programs are running subconsciously underground that you don't know, yet they are controlling your life and the result you're getting. So I love the way I tell people I just started charging 1,900 for a month, and 1 year after, guess what? I have products of $5,000
$10,000
and people are paying for. You know, I make money on Instagram every day.
Even though I just have 800 followers.
What programs? And let me tell you how we begin to know so let me tell you this are so wicked. They are so wicked. So you are thinking, hey, I want to be able to make 5 million naira monthly. And that was like, who in your life has made that money? Are you sure? Background though, like subtly. And that's why when I work with my clients, I tell my clients, you need to listen to this.
I'm sure we've said this before, but I think I need to say it again for people that are hearing it for the first time. When we got online, and I put up a sales page and I put up a 100K product on it.
Let me tell you the story myself. This time last year, Black Friday precisely. So we ran hard and we had Instagram sales secrets. It was going for 25K then, and we're doing Black Friday 15K. He did the sales page, and I woke up and I saw that he kept one-on-one for that ISS 100K. I practically was blowing this man here.
Show them what
like I was blowing. I was like, people have not bought this thing for 15K. Why are you putting 100K? Will you stop it? Will you stop it? Who knows us? Please. I started shouting and screaming and fighting him. That is what we call subconscious programming. Making me think, fighting. And that's what happened. So now this one was expressed physically, but let me tell you the truth. A lot of you are doing these things. They are not physical. Somebody says, do you know you can do this? You go in your mind. You possible, sha. You discount yourself. These programmings are there. You've gotten them. Perhaps you've seen things happen around you.
Simple, interesting one. Somebody says, come and get on this course. It's $500,000. Your mind goes, what?
God forbid bad thing. Hell, you just discounted yourself.
Now, some of that discounting is as a function of the information that you have. When you see that 30-year-olds are selling nothing at $15,000, $30,000, maybe you begin to see, oh, maybe information was a challenge. Because you can't do more than you know. As at the time I was putting up one-on-one for 100K, for me, I was thinking, okay, what's the least amount of money I can put this up for? I know what value I can bring to the table.
After he helped me work on it, guess what happened? Somebody just saw the ad, and the person was like, okay, how did I even know? I think the person saw the ad. That was how I knew. I was like, you one-on-one, so is he also on promo? I was wondering one-on-one. I thought I told him to take away this thing. I just said yes. And that's how the person paid. Now, if this programming, now let me tell you something, because it will lead us to the next point, being in the right environment. Imagine I was the only one there. I would have discounted myself, didn't see the possibility, and perhaps I'll still be in the mud there, playing with the mud, and say, we tell ourselves different kind of things. I'm new in the market. Come on, who knows you're new? Some people say, I'm not competent enough, I'm taking courses. Will you stop it? All those things are limiting beliefs.
No, you don't use human hair, you don't wear makeup.
Let me tell you, see, I don't use makeup. People that are you sure people will pay you? I'm like, come on. See, my hairs are not pierced. They are not pierced.
But please, the people that are paying me, are they paying for my looks or for the transformation I can bring to their lives? Ask yourself the same question.
So I want you to sit down and say, which programs, which thoughts, which things have they told you in the past? When I undo these things with my clients, there are questions we ask them. We sit down, we start writing them. I start asking them questions. We take them, some of them start crying. Tell me, how was money spent between your dad and mom? Did you see it's tight? How was their relationship? And I'm going to use my marriage as an example. Earlier on in this relationship, anything that happens will almost always lead to fights. Why? Because of what I saw growing up. Any little thing, it must end in fights. That's what I was saying. Even though we both came from dysfunctional homes, I told myself that I was going to do everything to have a functional home. But I'm telling you about subtle, these things, they're not, if they're obvious, you would have picked to kick them, but they're not obvious.
Let me address our spiritual minds here. We both prayed. I started praying for my marriage at GS3, Abby. You started praying when?
GS class 2.
So we both were praying for the marriage. Oh. Now we have come into the marriage and God decided to take a withdrawal. So every conversation ended up in a heated argument. And I mean practically every conversation.
Every conversation. Every conversation.
So what happened to our prayers? God didn't hear. He got lost. God was not interested. God was, but God had given us brains. And remember that thing I read earlier. You cannot.
You need to read. Let's read it again.
You cannot. What slide is this? 28, Abby?
Yes.
28.
Yeah.
You cannot be praying about the things that you can solve.
Up.
It should be down.
Okay, that's it.
It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. There is knowledge that is available for running relationships.
Get it.
Get it. There is circle. There is what happens when. There is time when we come into serious power struggle as a couple and everybody wants to establish themselves in the relationship. Just get to know and things become easier. Don't pray about those things when you can get knowledge about them.
Let's go back. Your mind. What are you doing? What are you planting in your roots so that you will have the power to achieve those things you write? Like I said, do you have the right mindset for the goals you've set? Do you have the mindset that will support those goals? Because if you just write them and you don't have the mindset that supports them, guess what? You'll be like, hey, I know this thing is so bad that repeatedly you now have failure stories, and that's bad in itself. You begin to lose confidence in yourself. I've met with entrepreneurs that they've lost total confidence in themselves. I'm like, your problem is not the business. Your problem is that we need to fix your mindset. So I tell them, just leave whatever business that you want to do. Can we start working on you? Because we need to fix you. These programs are actually controlling you and the things you do. They control the results you get. No wonder you do all of the things and it looks like, oh, why is it like this? Have you noticed that at times it looks like your income is just stagnant? I was reading that I've helped clients move from single-digit millions to double-digit millions. These are the tools we use on them. Where you come and you feel like, I have done this thing year in, year out. I say, no, there is more. So we begin to fix you. Let me share with you some of the tools we use. Like I said, for those that we're going in depth into the paid version of this, we'll be working, we'll share with you. I started using the power of imagination. I started using the power of auto-suggestion. So I started telling some of them, I started saying, what if I told you that you can make $1 billion naira? Would you believe? $1 billion. I've never even thought about it. So what's stopping you?
Oh, for some people, it was just as little as 5 million now.
Yes. For some people, I'm like, can we try $1 billion in 3 months?
Can we?
Is anything wrong? I'm challenging you. Is anything wrong? So we started using the power of auto-suggestion and we talk to them and we tell you, see the possibilities.
Simple questions. Simple questions.
And we use the power of imagination and the power of visualization. The stories you tell yourself. A lot of us are already used to these failure stories that guess what? You just discount yourself. We begin to use that story, your childhood stories, and we change that stories so that those stories now becomes the one that empower you to do. You will begin to see yourself as victor rather than victim. There was one of my clients that I read also, I was like, she said, we finally dug and saw the reason, and we said, no, it's not the business. It is you. Let's fix you. Let's fix you. When your mind is right, things begin to look as if, like, is it only you that God loves? Why is everything happening for you? It's because there are things. There's also the tool of affirmation. Affirmation. So we started confessing for our $10,000, our $5,000. We started affirming it. That's why you need people, which is going to lead us to the next thing, that you can affirm together. In our community, the Wealthy Nation, we take confessions together. Also, your frame of reference needs to change. The reason why some people can't put out figures, they just say 6 figures. I saw an ad and I was like, this ad is crazy. Said,
it's not crazy, it's stupid. Certain things are stupid. They ask you for your target to go 6 figures, 7 figures. Excuse me, it is stupid.
It means that you not have no frame of reference. That's why if you ask me for my figure, I'm not going to give you 6 figure, 7 figure, 8 figure. I will tell you precisely. And I will tell you how exactly I want to get it. Some of you are fear has caged you. So you can't even go and say, this is what I want. Because what if I don't succeed? How about what if you succeed?
What if?
What if? Why are you discounting yourself? What if? What if? It began, let me tell you some of the stories that helped me, because we started sharing stories. We started sharing stories of how we started our former business, knowing nobody.
Let me give you a 1-minute recap. 15 years ago, I was introduced into the internet. At that same time, I was starting my business in Ijebu, and I decided to go for the physical business. I left the online business. 10 years after, my business had come to a point where I felt I needed to really, really take this to the world. And they said to me, it had to be the internet. Gosh. So I had to go back to what I left 10 years before then. Guess what? I had to sit down, unlearn and relearn to get into a new space. I got into that space, and after I got online, they said social media is now what it is today. It's no longer what it was then. Come on Instagram. And I came on Instagram and I decided to take 2 or 3 courses on Instagram, Facebook ads and all. And guess what? All of the babies that were teaching me knew nothing about business. Nothing. So they were giving me all practical bunkum. Said theoretical bunkum. And at the end of 1 year, I was more confused than I started out. So one day I called and I said, please shut down this nonsense. Shut down, stop, back off. Let's rethink this. How did we start business? We are a team that has a lot of what you don't want to know about.
So I stay close to us. We share. If I share my story, you know, that's why I don't take
The last time I shared, the people were crying. So most times I just avoid it.
That's why I don't
But
take
the truth
excuses.
is, why did I start business in Ijebu? Because I could not be around my family. Short, long of the story was this. My father disowned me to start that business. Straight up. Because I told you he was raising me to be a banker or a doctor. So how come he wants to become a craft guy? I went out with nobody's support. My father is head of the family. If you fight the head of the family, your family is against you. Don't try it.
Non-nuclear family.
Extended. So I went out into a place where I knew nobody and nobody knew me. Let me tell you how good it was. The people saw me and they tagged me Liberian. So I came to a place where I knew nobody, had no background, had no money to start a business that was not known by anybody. But I came there with knowledge. And in 3 short years, that business that started without money had a story building on the main street, on the most expensive street in town. I was rolling with the high and mighty. So we told ourselves that story and we said we're going back on Instagram. And we're not going to go out with all that crap knowledge that they are trying to share that they don't know. We are coming here practically and we're going to solve our problem. We came on, we solved our personal problem. We took it on and we started solving people's problems. They tell you, go and grow your followers. So they gather useless heads and they just grow you nonsense as followers. Upset your algorithms for life. They don't understand what they were doing. I started working with people and with 30 followers, they started selling. 135 followers, they started selling. So we knew that what we knew was not just working for us. We had tested it over and again with other people that worked. This story is to explain to you how the mindset helps you to get the skill set.
Play this woman's story. I'm going to play something with you.
I think a love story will be better at this point.
Before I do that, I want to ask you, what are your most dominating thoughts? What are your most dominating thoughts? What do you think about the most? They are shaping your life and the results you're getting. A love story. It's quite long.
Oh, that's true.
It's long.
Okay, let me play you. Let me try to cue something up that's.
What Why we're trying to get that? Now that you fixed your mind, like I said, mindset is not that we can fix in 2 hours. No, it's not. Let's not even start deceiving you. But I've given you things that can help you, your visualization, your stories, look for people you can affirm, your confession, your journaling. These are things you need to do day in, day out, consistently. You need to say good things and hear those things consistently.
I saw a video and it really got my attention. It was a very Papa one by Elsa. What's his name?
I don't know.
A very Papa one by Elsa. He said there was a particular day he was at home with his guys and they got high. And while they were high, they were looking into the mirror. His guys picked the mirror and they were saying things out of that state of highness. And he referred to 2 of them that said about how useless and wasted their lives. Timaya, thank you. He said he picked that mirror and he looked in that mirror and he said to himself, "You're a king, you're a success." He said he did that video because he remembered that today, that memory came back to his mind and he is successful, but all those his other guys were still in what they said about themselves. When you have the right mindset, it will be easy. It will be possible for you to acquire the right skill set. Without the right mindset, you cannot acquire the right skill sets. If you don't have the right mindset, it is impossible for you to acquire the right mindset.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Yano.
Which one do you want to play?
I want to play Mrs. Oluye, Mrs.
Video.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share screen. What's this thing? Why is it loading so slowly?
Don't mind network.
I think the network is misbehaving.
That's it. So that's it.
Once it's queued, once it's ready, I'll play it. You need to have the right mindset so that you can acquire the right skill sets.
Remember, I said that for you to do your goals, you need to know where you are and you need to know where you're going to, and you need to know the connecting factor.
Hello everyone. Hello.
Have you shared the screen?
I know you're
No, I'm just gonna share it.
A moment and listen
You have to rewind it back. It's just a minute.
to this. If you cannot do your business properly online, or you're thinking how to get customers to buy from you, just people to know what you do and patronize you, and you're wondering how can you do this, the solution is right here. Tokotaya is the solution. Tokotaya is the big deal, I tell you. The real couple that will hold you by hand and walk you to success. They will push you. They will lift your butt off your chair and push you to succeed. Yes, they will do that. You just do what they ask you to do and you'll be selling like no man business.
Well, I think you've heard what she said. That's a 54-year-old woman. She actually has 2 businesses.
People have questions, you will answer. Now, let me tell you about her a bit. So she's been doing business and she wanted to come online just because, like I told you, if your business is not online, I don't even know what to say, but we'll be talking about that when we are doing the forecast. So she came online, and like I said, she needed to acquire skills. Remember, some of you, it's not good enough to say, oh, I want to make X amount. What skills do you have to help you make that? Let's not start doing as if things just fall. There are skills you need to know to be able to achieve your goal, whatever goal. So some people will say, I don't know how to mix with people, but you want to sell. You want to make money. You're a joker. Yeah, better go and take a lesson in that and know that you start telling yourself, I know how to talk with people.
Go and read the book, How to Make Friends and Influence People, and start practicing with your children or your relatives.
There's something I like to say. I am who I need to be to get what I want. People don't believe that I'm an introvert. People think I talk. But guess what? I need to do a lot of presentations these days. So guess what? I will open my mouth and talk. I took courses in presentation. Because you can't say, I'm just quiet, I'm indoor. You're just joking. What are the skill sets you need to acquire? Some of you need to learn selling.
Seriously, negotiation.
Some of you need to learn negotiation skills. So many skills, so it's not enough to just say, oh, I want to make this and this didn't happen. Some people, you've learned crafting, whatever crafts, like you've learned bidding, but you've not learned how to sell. You've not learned the business of the craft.
Let me say something that is short and simple here. The fact that you are trading does not mean you're in business. Because that's the traders really feel like they are doing business. I've been a trader for a better part of my life. The fact that you have learned a craft, I've sent him a chat, does not mean you are in business. So I've learned tailoring, I've learned cake baking. It does not mean you're in business.
No.
Business is a body of knowledge that you need to learn, and you need to keep redefining, retuning, realigning, keep working on.
So let me ask you a question. What capacity do you have to achieve your goals? What are your capacities? So when I started saying, when I started confessing then, $5,000, $10,000, I wasn't just saying it like my head, it's just a fancy word. No, I knew that I had capacity for it. I knew that I had capacity for it. I knew I had competence.
Or do you think somebody is going to pay you $10,000 for nonsense? You think somebody will pay you $10,000 and will not demand to see the result of that in their lives?
What competencies do you have to help you achieve your goal? Remember, we're talking about how to power start and finish well. These are the things. So it's not enough to just say, I've set my goals. No, what skills? What will move you from where you are to where you want to be? Like I said, some skills that some people need to take. Do you have what it takes to achieve your goals? If no, then begin to learn those skills. Selling skills, negotiation skills. Yes, selling is a skill and can be learned, just like any other craft. Negotiation skills, speaking skills.
Let me tell them an interesting skill. Courage is a skill.
It's in fact a high income skill.
Courage is a skill you can learn. Courage, being courageous is a skill. You can learn to be courageous. Are you with me? So learn courage.
Some other skills, sales closing skills, telemarketing, you need to get on phone and be able to close sales. Hey, what's up? Some of you need to learn how to do business online. It's not just enough to post. It's not just enough to say I'm on WhatsApp. You need to learn to do business online. You need to pick a platform. I have the platform mastery. So you want to do business online, you need to pick a platform. Which platform are you choosing? Do you know how to use the platform? It's not that I just have 800 followers, because I've mastered how to use Instagram as a platform and it's working for me. Whatever platform you choose, things don't just fall on you, bam. There are skills. Some of you need to learn business. I wrote it. Some people find it difficult to invest in themselves. You now wonder why you're not achieving your goals. Your goals will not just be achieved just because you have the ability to set them. What skills? Tell yourself where I want to be, which skills will take me there. Who do I need to learn from? Who do I need to learn from? And begin to write down those skills. There are so many skills. That's why I've mentioned some. Speaking skill, presentation skills. You need to talk to your customers. Writing skills, copywriting. Meeting people is a skill. You need to meet people, even online. You meet people online. You enter people's DM and you talk to them. You talk with them. These are skills that you need to. So begin to write. That's an assignment for you to do. Which skills? I'm here, I'm going there. Which skills are right for me to do? Begin to write them now. Begin to write them. I'm sharing some so that your mind is opened. Some people, they know how to get so many leads, but they don't know how to close leads. If you need to learn this skill, follow-up skills, please do. Don't say, hey, I'm a shy person, I'm looking for who to help me. It's good to get somebody to help you, but let me tell you something. A lot of people fall into folly because they don't even have ideas. When my clients come and tell me, hey, I want to run ads, I tell them it's good, but guess what? You need to also know a bit of that so that you can know if the person is giving you what you want or not. So please, today, just tell yourself that these are the skills I need to learn. And guess what? I'm going to learn them. I will learn that. I didn't just get here one day. I took on skills. Let me tell you, there's one skill. Which skill did we learn? Voice tonation.
Tonality.
Tonality.
400K.
Tonality. Hey, tonality. Why? Because I can't just say, if I will present, I need to be able to use tones, tonality.
That was a 400,000 naira class. Tonality, how to flex your tones to create the effect that you want when people are hearing you.
So please.
They taught us in English class, so stress points, tonality.
Customer service skills. Some people also getting their business with customer service. They're just anyhow, they do anyhow, talk anyhow. You need to repent. You need his lead generation skill, please. I'm just saying all of this because I'm saying this that you can think yourself and begin to, yes, those courses are not cheap. Those courses are not cheap because when I do those things, I don't do courses. I love to have coaches with me because I've seen that, one, you can get courses and not take them. So when you have questions, who do you ask? So I don't just do just course. I do plus coaching. Do you get it? So that's why. So that leads me to the next one. I'm supposed to play something, but let me rush. The next one. Remember, we are talking how to POWERSTART until all these things are fixed. You can't just say I've set my goals in isolation. That's why goals fails. Now, this one is so powerful. I need you to be attentive. Now you've gotten the right skill. You've gotten the right mindset. Guess what? You need the right team stroke, right environment. Remember, I was saying about there are different kinds of people. And I was saying how the challenger needs the helper to stay calm. How the enthusiast needs the challenger. So there are people you need on your team that will help you balance. So if you're the hyper one that will keep changing business, you need people to say, away, sit down there and do this into fruition on your team. That will make sure that you're standing solid on the ground. You are well grounded. You need to be in the right environment. I didn't say good environment. Some of you, you are in the wrong environment. There are good people, very good people.
You're in very, very good environments that are guaranteed
That's not right for you
to keep you away from your dreams and goals in life.
My question is, do you have the right team? Until you have the right, let me tell you, maybe even team is actually more important than skill.
Not maybe. The simple truth is this. We started this class with a special request song, Zazu. And that was the first time I was seeing it. The simple fact is the success of that song is a function of the environment. Pokoli on that song, Olamide Bado on that song. There is a system in place that the song is going through. There's an environment in place. There's a team in place that will ensure that anything they lay their hands on is guaranteed to have an end result.
Let me tell you something. To achieve my goals, I paid so much entering communities. I paid so much entering communities. And one of such communities, Mr. Please. We are breaking. Can you hear me now?
Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can
Someone said we are
hear me?
breaking. Can you hear me,
I
please?
have to be sure that I'm talking to people. People can hear me, please.
Let me see in the chat if you can hear me.
Can you hear me? Let me see. There's a chat there.
Are we clear?
You can hear me. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Clear now. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the right environment is something that cannot be compromised. Actually, the right environment is more important than your mindset and your skill set, because the right environment is able to hand you the right mindset and the right skill set.
Yeah.
So anything you do, whatever you do.
Some of you say that till Jesus do us part, you are keeping the same old friends that they have refused to move you forward. You're not even going the same route. I used to say, there's something I say, imagine a pilot rigmaroling with drivers. A pilot, rigmaroling with drivers. Do you think the person will succeed? They will keep showing him how being a pilot is dangerous, how he's collecting money for his life, discouraging him. It's the same thing. Are you not doing the same thing? Are you not in the midst of people that will tell you your goals and what is wrong with you? Take it easy now. I was telling you.
Oh, let me share my mentor's story. My mentor said that when he made his first break in life, I think $30,000 or so, he got into an association, got into an environment, and they got into a partnership And they pulled the first deal, and in about 2 months or so, he had made $30,000. And he said something in him told him it was the right time for him to go all the way. So he traveled across continents to go and see this guy for the first time after the partnership. And he said, I feel like it's time for us to go into this and to do that. And he said, the guy looked at him and said, what's wrong with you? But you just made some money. Why are you in a hurry to succeed in life? Go and chill. Next year we'll talk about it. He said he got back depressed, deflated, almost demented. And he said his clients looked at him and said, you're a king. Do not let anybody determine what happens in your life. Put yourself together and get up again.
Let me say it again.
I can't. Sorry.
You're a king.
Are you with me? This guy put something together as a virtue of that new state of mind that was born out of that environment. He got into a new relationship that brought him $1 million in less than 30 days. $1 million in less. He said when the money started coming, he said for 5 days, all he did was he slept, woke up, pressed reset on his account, and saw his account balance growing. And for 5 days, he could not even take a bath. A lot of us carry that much within us. But we are eagles that are rolling with chicken hens. We are lions that have kept the company of sheep so long that we assume that we have, for that reason, lost our minds. What environment? Where are you aligning yourself?
Actually, it can't be better than your environment, no matter how hard you pray.
That's what my mentor says. You cannot be greater than your environment. Simple.
So some of you, when we say environment, you need to get into environment, paid environment.
Paid environments. When you take yourself seriously, people are paying to hang out with us. People are paying heavy to hang out with us. And the reason is simple. They know what they want in life, and they know that what they want demands and deserves the investment. Who you hang out with will determine how you hang out though.
Period.
Next to all of this, there's something that is salient, but also equally important. Every system in life has principles.
Yes.
Instagram is a system. There are principles that run it. WhatsApp is a system. There are principles that run it. Selling in the market is a system. There are principles that run it. Operating in Nigeria is a system. There are principles that run it.
Doing business online is a system. There are principles that run it.
Doing business in the UK is a system. There are principles that run it. The person you get married to has a system. There are principles that run it. You need to understand the principles of your system.
What do you want to get into? You need to understand the principle. It's not just enough for you to what if all businesses have their own principle? How? You need to get to understand the principle of whatever business you're doing. Until you understand the principle of this, whatever you want to do, you struggle. Like I was telling people that in my inner circle, I said, when somebody that is not Yoruba is now the firstborn, is now married.
Is not married to a Yoruba boy. If you don't understand certain principles, the good marriage will not see the light of day. It will never be good.
Some people are having issues in their marriages because they don't understand the principle
of the system. If you are married to a first child, she was not designed to take authority, to take instructions. She's been in the position of authority all her life. So if both of you are first children, you need to settle down and renegotiate your engagement. That's a principle of a system.
So some people are married to career women. You now say you want to treat your wife like a full-time housewife. The union will not work. There's no amount of praying. It will not work. Principle of the system.
Understand the principle of the system you are working and work the principles.
Now let's get practical. Let's do this quickly. Let's get practical. Who is enjoying this class? Who has gotten at least one thing that they can use? Who has gotten one thing? Share with me what one thing you've gotten. Share with us what one thing you have gotten in this class this far. Share with us what one thing you have gotten with us this far. We are waiting because we're about to go practical. Get your pen and paper. You're about to. Let's audit our last one here, shall we? Principles of the system. Okay, thank you, Dr. Laide. Oh, I'm just seeing you.
Awesome. I didn't even know you're in class. Welcome. Every organization has principle of the system.
You must understand, otherwise it's wala, big wala. If you go and do something on Instagram, they will put on your page unapologetically. Right people and right skills. Okay, some things are caught, some things are taught. Yes.
More things are even caught than taught.
Clarity, knowing exactly what you want. Yes. Thank you, Holy Saints. Who else? Clarity. Jessica, thank you. Yes. Keep it coming. We want to get practical. We want to audit. Because like I said, until you know where you are, you actually can't know what are the next thing to do. So we want to audit. I'll be quickly asking you some questions. Focus, very, very important. Focus. Good, keep it coming. So now we have our pen and paper.
We have our typing pads. Not all good things are right. Precisely. Set goals that are congruent to your type of person.
Exactly.
Perfect.
When you talked about the 9 character. Yes. Working on your mindset. Yes. My team, and yes, it matters a lot.
Thank you so much. You've all been following. Thank you so much. So let's get practical.
Yeah. So let's audit the last one here. We spent 365 days. Very soon we'll be getting into, please let me do some clearing.
Okay.
It's actually getting into, you can use this. That's why I brought this. We're actually getting to 2022. So let's audit the last one here. Attention economy. Yes. So you'll be answering this on your paper. What's the biggest goal you did not achieve this year? So last year you must have set some goals. What's that biggest goal that you didn't achieve this year? Write it down.
No, they can type it in if they feel free.
If you feel free, you can write it down. But if you don't want, some people are not, and I'm not ready to put people up to this, but just write it down. We want to just know our score. Okay, Mr. Okay, let me call his name. Okay. And I should need to call this thing. Pardon me, sir. Clarity of thought. Thank you, sir. What's the biggest goal you did not achieve this year? Write it down. Who were the people in your environment? Now, let me tell you something. Whether you know consciously or not, there are people that you have in your environment. So some people say, hey, I'm a loner. You're not a loner now. The radio you listen to is coloring you. So I have here.
Please don't rush off. Who were the people in your environment?
Write it down.
Was it Nigerian film, Yoruba film?
Oh, write it down. Who were the people in your environment?
Were they pastors?
Write it down. Let me tell you how you will know. The next question, because it's linked, I want to say it together. Who were your coaches, your mentors that you got instruction from? Let me tell you, some people's marriages are scattering because they are getting instruction. There's something I always say. I said something powerful in my inner circle. Let me share here. If you're a business person and you want to get advice from an investor, and the person misleads you, do you know it's not the person's fault?
The person will miss. Okay, let me tell you what practically happened. We went for a class and they called in an investor, and the investor came in and was advising on business processes. And what she was saying was so amiss.
I was like,
and I just thought to myself, why would you bring an investor to come and give advice on business? Investment is a body of knowledge that is different from business.
And now, do you know the person will not be wrong? It is you that is collecting advice. So who were your coaches whose instruction you listened to the most in the last 1 year? You haven't been listening to. You haven't been listening. Some people, you've been listening to your friends that is telling you, see, your wife is like this, giving you all the things not to like your wife.
Your unmarried friend.
Giving you advice.
On how to keep your home.
You are someone, they are collecting business advice from someone that is not doing business.
At all.
You're collecting business advice from an investor. I'm saying they brought the person practically. I was not like, what's really happening? You were telling top executives to go and start business that maybe JS will start and start selling Zobo. I'm like, no. Top
they are talking to C-suite executives. They are telling them to go and be selling Zobo.
No. So just no. Whose instruction? Some of you is entertainment. you need to know that in the last one here, these are the people I've been getting. Write them 5. At least write 5.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, share with you a little story. When my son was younger, I used to learn taekwondo. So we used to go to the stadium to go learn taekwondo. His coach was a female, but that wasn't the interesting thing. The interesting thing was in that same stadium, there was a thin light. The man felt like it was something the wind could carry. Very, very light framed guy that was coaching a group of young girls to run marathon. He was grooming them to become marathon racers or runners, whatever. Now, this guy stands at a particular location where he gets these girls to run around an Olympic size, not on the inside though, run around the outer rim of an Olympic sized stadium. What he does, he stands there, and from where he's standing, he can see 50% of their track. And because of his presence, at least where he can see, they will run. And on the average, these girls will run around that field 20 to 30 times. Not the funny thing. I never saw him join them in that race once, but his voice kept them going. By the time they had gone 15 laps, a lot of times they were tired. And he will tell them, you can do it, you can do it. Just take one step after the other. Don't think about it, just run. You know what I learned from that story? A lot of us in life are taking instructions from people subconsciously in different areas of our lives. A pastor is talking on the pulpit, talking about things generally, and you are finding ways to make that fit and conform to your personal experience. No, I think we need to say it. I'll interpret it. A young man was preaching. You know how they get those megaphones out? And I'll do an interpretation. Your wife is wearing black underwears. Ah! Your glory is buried. Imagine a young man takes that to heart and he decides to run his house aground. Is it the voice of the coach that he listened to? Or is it his inability to make right judgments? Even you need to choose your coaches. More often than not, you are listening to people subconsciously. Become aware.
And guess what? Life will not even forgive you and say you do. You know, ignorance is not forgiven. You can't say you ignorantly swim. What do they do? Strike.
Shock the fire and throw it in petrol.
Oh, it will burn.
The fire will burn.
Next question is that, were your coaches tailor-made for your goals? Remember the story of an investor that was training people on business. The reason why people fail is because you are getting solutions that are not tailor-made for you. You now wonder why what is happening.
The time you have is fixed. What you can do within that time is fixed. When you have clarity, you will not waste your time on things that are not going your way. There are a lot of good things that are not right for you.
The next one, more questions. Don't worry. We're going to get into the forecast
very soon.
What programs did you place yourself on to become who you need to be to achieve your set goals? Remember what I said about the right skill, right mindset. I tell people that's why in our inner circle, we focus a lot on mindset. My question is that in the last 1 year, what programs have you placed on yourself on to become who you need to be? After you see, I see some people coming to rant, my business is not doing well. I'm like, have you learned selling? There are skills. I know how many skills. Like I was telling you about tonality. There are so many skills that you need to hone. I need this, get it. I need this, get it. Because when you become a better person, guess what? Every other aspect of your life will blossom. So write it down. What programs did you get yourself into to become who you need to become to achieve your set goals? What beliefs did you have that kept you away from achieving your goals? What beliefs kept you away from achieving your goal? Write them down. Fear. Be honest, and please be honest with yourself. Because when you do this thing, you actually see the things you need to adjust.
I think I need to say a little story about El Moyes here. El Moyes just won her second car in less than 1 year, Abi.
Yes.
In less than a year. When we started working with her, she had this, everybody is selling. Everybody, me are not selling. And I told her, put this in place and put that in place. And within 3 days, she was able to bring in 17 million naira within 3 days.
That story I shared earlier on.
Now, this particular lady has won 2 cars in less than a year. What stories are you telling yourself?
What's your belief system? What's running you? You need to know. So, what were your top 5 goals for the year? And what was your completion rate? So you need to write that down. Your top 5 goals for the year. And if you rate yourself, 1 be the lowest, 10 be the highest, how far did you complete it? Will you give yourself 5?
I think I'd like to see. Rate
1?
yourself. How did you do rating yourself?
With your goals, how did you do?
Last year, how did you do? Meeting your goals last year. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest.
How did you do?
How did you do?
How did you do?
1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How did you perform? Thank you for being honest.
3.
Now, let me tell you what's so good about this. This is one of the places where clarity starts from.
Yes.
And you can look yourself square in the eye and tell yourself, guy, we bungled it. It shifts power back to you because now that you know that you did X, you know that you have the capacity to do Y. So thank you. Keep it coming. 3, 2. I need more of you to rate yourselves. How do you rate yourself? How did you perform in this going year? How did you perform? How did you perform? Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you for being honest with yourself. 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 Keep it coming. Keep it coming. This is a practical part of this class that doing will position you to do a lot better in the coming year. So put it out. Please remember, you're not judging yourself against anybody. Life is a personal race. So it's not about you versus anybody. This is just you versus you.
3.
I see 1s, I see 2s, I see 3s. See 1s, 2s, 3s. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for giving it thoughts. Go on, go on, go on, go on. 5. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I need more of you to do this exercise. I need more of you to do this. How do you judge your performance in this outgoing year?
Now that you've done that, for those that have been honest and those that didn't write it, I hope you are writing it on your book. What feedback can you give yourself from the things we've discussed? What areas do you think now you need to improve on? What areas? What areas do you think you need to improve on? Just give yourself that opinion, truthful opinion. Now, looking at the things we've said, some of you need to upgrade your skills. Some of you need to, so just write it there. These are the places I need to do. These are the things I need to do. We've seen comparing what you did last year and what you've learned. Going forward, what will you do? Okay, you need to invest in yourself more. Thank you. But not just investing in yourself more, knowing exactly what to invest in. Okay, great. You need to work on your mindset. Great, great, great. Keep it coming, keep it coming.
Thank you. It's really awesome to have this conversation going on.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Thank you for being honest.
The other reason why we're telling you to do this right now in class is because more often than not, if you do not take a step right now, you will not take a step after now.
I need to work on my mindset, being in the right environment and getting the necessary skill to achieve my goals. Okay. You need more clarity. Okay. More. Give yourself the feedback. You need to work on your mindset. A lot of people need to work on their mindset. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great.
Awesome.
Focus, stop
Awesome.
spreading myself thin. Yes. Get a better team. Yes. There's something I always say, the money we they look for. If one thing, it was not my mentor that said that thing. Oh.
My finance coach. Man, that guy, Cornell, crazy guy. If I tell you that these 10 things you are doing, if we combine all of it and we do half here,
and it's how much you even make self?
How much be the money say? When we talk, how much be the money when you want make say? Crazy guy. Crazy guy.
The money I want make, he said, I said, we want make that kind of money.
Oh yeah. Let's look at this and let's come up with a business model that can fulfill it and give you a life.
Learn selling, work on my mindset. That's great. Thank you all, everybody participating. My brain is just as scattered as the
No, your brain is not scattered.
Scattered.
Your brain is not scattered. You can feel that way, but your brain is not scattered. You need to understand certain things. All of us have different personality types. That is what makes life fun. You need to know who you are and find the strength of who you are. Like you said, I'm a challenger. You know what? I'm the guy that will jump out of an aeroplane before thinking if there's a parachute. She's an helper. She's the one that will make sure that the harnesses are working. If she doesn't understand that what she is a helper and she's trying to be a challenger, she'll be out of place. There are investigators. We need you. We need you for life. You need to just know yourself so you can be your best self. That's just what is here. Be conscious of what I say and believe more on my business and myself. Awesome.
I really need to know what I want because I take too many things at a time. Don't worry, there are tools. In the paid version, there are tools because there is what you should be doing part time.
But before we go into the paid version, let's get into this.
So this is a simple framework that will help. You know, we've spoken about concepts to help us, and I'm sure we've been blessed. And that's why we have done these practical steps so that at least you know, oh, I did this to move. Now there's a framework, be, do, have framework. That framework is really going to help. It's going to help. Like I said, who do you need to be? Who do you need to become? What beliefs do you need to have? So that B covers who you need to become, the beliefs you need to have. What do you need to do? Those are your actions. So that you can have what you want in 2022. Who do you need to become? What beliefs do you need to carry? What do you need to do? What actions so that you can have what you want in the year 2022?
Remember that there are two types of BS. There's belief system and bullshit. And per time, one of these BSs is running us. What do you do to handle the bullshit? What do you do to fit in place the belief system that will help you to achieve? That is who you are, the being part. Because it is what you be, what you are, that you do. A procrastinator will not do what he needs to do at the time he should do it. He will postpone it.
So now that procrastinator, who does that procrastinator need to become? Or now in that B also covers people you need to have around you.
Your team.
Do you understand? So this framework will help you set goals. Looking at the various concepts we've gone through.
Your Iron Man, your Spider-Man, your Superman. Not so much into cartoons.
Some of you will not do anything. And you're a solopreneur, it's not good. You need to put people around you that will keep on checking. Have you done it? Have you done this? You can do it. Sometimes you need to scream. I scream at my people. Somebody's testimony, after no, they can be hard on you, and truly I can be hard because I want you to
for
succeed.
Your success, yes.
You need me to help you. You get it? You need me to help you. And let me give you one bonus. This is a bonus. I didn't even know that the bonus entered here.
No, don't
Let
let's
me
do
not
the
say
picture.
about this. There are like 3 more slides. There are 3 more slides. Time has really gone. But I need to ask you this question. There are 4 mistakes to avoid, which we'll be discussing in the paid class so that you can actually move forward. Or if you're actually doing those mistakes, you need to stop it. I will be showing you exactly how to stop it. But I want to talk about this. My question to you today is that, are you currently where you want to be in life and in business? These are questions you need to answer.
You can take a screenshot of this point. Take a screenshot of this. What's this?
Are you currently earning what you deserve? Are you currently earning what you deserve? Are you living? You can take a screenshot of this. The kind of lifestyle you want. You deserve more, you deserve better. It's only that you don't know. There are things running on the background that keeps telling you, oh, play small. And some people will not tell you, what I want in life, I'm just being, what do they call that thing? I'm being
modest.
Modest. Stop it. Can your income afford you the kind of lifestyle you want? What does money mean to you? What does comfort mean to you? What do these things mean to you? And in the paid version of this class, POWERSTART 2022, we'll be going deeper. We'll be going deeper to show you, we'll be talking about the 9 kinds of people so that I can know who exactly you are, so that I can begin to recruit those people that are in your team. We will show, please, I need this slide.
I think there's on the screen.
I've skipped that because
Okay.
we will show you the 3 states of money. Money is in 3 states so that you can know the states in which you are running. We'll show you these 3 states of money. You discover the states in which you are operating and why things are the way it is. We'll show you the 4 principles of money to operate by. This principle will help you skyrocket your income and help you live an abundant life. There are principles, you know that, like I said, remember I said that there are principles of the system. There are principles around everything. Things don't just happen. People make things happen. We'll show you how to get exceptional results. Aren't you tired of incremental results? No, I'm tired. Don't you like the result whereby you are charging PAM to 1,900?
$10,000.
Don't you like it? This is how I say it. Move from 2,000 naira to charging
$2,000.
Or let me say it in naira. 2,000 naira to 2 million naira. That's what is called exponential increase. Do you want it, or you want to settle for the incremental result?
2,000, 4,000.
We'll show you ways to make your business profitable, because some of you are actually, it's not because your business can't do more, but you don't actually know what to do. At the moment you feel stuck, you're actually stuck. Months throughout this year, it's been like, okay, constant. No, it can be better.
Once you are doing constant in your business, there's a problem. Because in life, there is no stagnance. If you are not going forward, reassuredly, you are going backwards.
We'll show you how to set audacious goals and how to actually achieve them. It's not about setting goals. Like I said, there's the art and science to goal setting. And those are some of the things we'll be showing you. We'll be showing you masterminds that you can get into that will help you. Okay, how did I become this? I actually got into a group whereby I constantly was hearing billions. I won't be able to sleep. I'll be like, these people don't have 2 heads. I'm finer than some of them. I'm brainier than some. No, I deserve more. And I'll start screaming, I deserve more. Some of you need to enter. We will show you all of these things.
Some of you need to carry club and break the blockhead that is operating within you so that you can form a new self.
We'll be going into the 7 wheels of life to at least set, and remember, it's not about setting so many goals, because some people will not say, in business, and after setting up to 10 goals, only you will not even remember. You won't remember. So we'll show you exactly how to do these things. How
to get congruence to your goals.
You discover things that are holding you back and how to deal with them so that you can move forward. We will show you environment that you can get into that will help you. We'll show you masterminds to join. You see, these things are things that we've used for our clients and it's working. So the PowerSTART 2022 paid version is actually going for 100K, but it's going at a discount of 60K. Now, to make it much more affordable, because I want people to be able to start 2022 well, and I don't want money to be a barrier. I decided, because it's not me. Let's talk. It's not talk, it's me, to give it at another splash. So 30K for those that are joining in and you are taking it in the next 24 hours, you'll be able to get in at 30K, 30,000 naira. Now it's going to be a 2-day webinar, where if you like what has happened, now imagine it times 5. Everybody will look through your goals, we will look through your goals, we will help you. Like, some people lack clarity, they don't even know where to start.
Let's do it this way. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that there's a need for you to get into a deeper part of this class where we can actually work with you to achieve more? Do you think there's a need for it? Do you think there's a need for a higher level of this class?
After listening to what you've listened to, everything we've said this far,
do you think there's a need?
Do you think that you need help, you need assistance, you need somebody to really say, okay, let's do this thing together? Or you feel, okay, I can do this alone? Okay, I can see there's a need, there is a need, there is a need, there is a need. You need to know who you are, so that you can begin to attract exactly who you need to be around you.
Now, there are different tools that we can use to actually help you determine who you are. Different tools. There's something we call value, your value in life. We discovered that one of the things that has kept our marriage the most is not the marriage itself, but the marriage of our values. We have common values. So let me tell you how strong the play of our value, how strong it is in our lives. If we have a disagreement and we have to answer to that is consistent with our value, we forget that we are disagreeing and we just both come to answer to that value. The interesting thing is that both of us have that same value. When you know your values in life, you don't need motivation to achieve them. You'll be doing what naturally comes to you. Some of the times, let me tell you a joke. I wish everyone was here to corroborate this.
Sure, she's there. I saw her just now.
Now, when we were working on cracking the codes the first time, the particular day that we actually dealt with something very, very important. That particular day, we were fagged out. We had overworked ourselves. Throughout our session that day, my eyes were closed. I could not even keep my eyes open. That was how tired I was. But what I was doing was so energizing for me that by the time I was done from that class, I felt a lot better with myself. Now, because we do what is congruent with our values, we are living our lives on our own edge. The more you understand what your value is, the more, so Dr. Abdulhamid was asking earlier, how do you know yourself? There are tools that will help you to ask questions that will bring out the hidden you to you and will help you know who you really are and what you ought to do. There are tools that are available to do that.
There are tools, yes. Don't worry, there are tools.
So I have a lot of you saying yes, 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 yes. But to someone like me that can't afford 30K for now, how can you help me?
Okay. Do you want to answer?
I don't want to answer.
Okay.
I don't want to answer because that figure that you saw is Taya's figure. Personally, there's no how. Personally, there's no how I'll do this for less than 100 grand. Let me tell you what, Taya has just told you 2 classes. This is what you need to understand. To get on an hour call with me is 100 grand. To talk to me for 1 hour is 100 grand. And I have people that I paid for that a couple of times, and they know the value in it. This that we are offering today, let me guarantee you one thing. We would likely still call everybody that registers.
Yeah.
So your payment is not even enough to cover for an hour call. Now she has promised 2 classes. It's not likely that this takes less than 5 classes. We don't do our things in half. We work with human beings. We're showing you video testimonials. The reason is simple. It's because we are focused on results, not focused on a trade or a transaction. I tell people I didn't start coaching 2 years ago. Some of the companies that we started is already celebrating over 10 years. So it's not something I just stumbled into. It's something that I'm doing with the whole of my being.
Like I said, we're actually not transactional. We're very relational. I don't leave my people. So that investment, she's asking a question. That investment is actually, like I said, it's a 2-day webinar, but like I said, we'll do more. I over deliver. My clients are here. You can ask them. I over deliver. That's what we are known to do, over deliver. So for those that will be joining, what you do for me is that you leave your number on the screen.
On the chat,
in the chat. Now, this 30K is for 24 hours. Because after 24 hours, it will move to 40K. After 48 hours, it will move to 50K, and like that, and like that. Like I said, with this, you'll be able to run your hair successfully. So it's actually very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. So if you're interested, just put your name, your number, we'll reach out to you. Now we'll be going into, somebody said, if you can't afford that, don't worry, I have something for you if you can't afford that. I have something for you if you can't afford the 30K. Like I said, I like to help people. Is it Toko is laughing? This thing, eh? So there's something I'll give to you. You'll be paying 5K for. 5K is pre-recorded. You pay 5K for it. I'm going to give you 3 Ds that drive sales success. 5 untold secrets to selling successfully that nobody tells you. I'll give you these 2 for 5K. So if you can't do the 30K or you're here, you're still skeptical, I understand. People, but let me tell you, be like Eniola. I don't know why Eniola is not here. The first day Eniola saw her, she came through and she said, I know she was asking because she really felt skeptical. She said, will this still work for MLM? Will it work for multi-level market? I said, please just calm down. Like I will tell everybody, give like 30 minutes. If 30 minutes in the class doesn't make sense, then you can leave. Guess what? She said that we were like God sent. There's something I tell people, even if I repeat this class next week, it won't be the same thing because there's an energy that every class carries and we flow with the energy. So she came in that day, she got into GMI. The next time she brought in people. The last time we were having our meeting, she was like, honestly,
I discovered that what I've gotten is way, way more than just Instagram.
Way more.
She's able to put the whole of our business in order.
So you will get, if you're here and you're like, okay, what can you help me? The 3 Ds that drive success is actually on the mind. It's on the mind. 5 untold secrets to selling success that nobody tells you is also on the mind. You take these 2 pre-recorded courses and you come and give me the feedback. Like people that have taken, like Oluchi started 2 with 5K. That's fine. She went ahead, she did 10K. Now she's joined GMI. She's joined at 60K. GMI now is now 100K. That was the price actually before it was on promo. So do that. If you're here and you're like, okay, I don't have 30K, that's fine. I only want people, I only want people that see the value in this, to be able to do this at this. But like I said, I came down to this price. When I give those prices, it's me. It's not Toko, it's me. Is it not good that you have 2 people? If it's Toko, you will leave it at that price. And it's actually worth more than that. So now, like I said, leave your name. That's the only way. I don't chase people. Oh. No, I don't chase people.
So this is it. If you are interested in the POWERSTART program, drop your number in the chat. Your WhatsApp number in the chat.
Then I'll reach out to you.
So we can have a conversation after about it.
If you are interested in the 2 videos, the 2 video training I said, just tell me 5K off. Just put 5K offer. Ibina Bo. Which one
do you want to do? Put the one you want to do in front of it.
Let me tell you what to do. Say 5K offer, then you put your number. Or you say POWERSTART.
Your number.
so that we know that we are not reaching.
Okay, let me say something to people that are saying that they can't afford it.
That's also a story you're telling yourself, and that story is actually keeping you. That's a story, and I'll be truthful. That's a story you're telling yourself. Like somebody will say, one of my mentors, let me just tell you, I don't like the thing, how it says it, but it says, if I put a gun to your mother's head, and I say,
tell you, raise the
don't
money,
bring that money, I'll blow out your mother's head.
will you find it?
I'm always like, why is this guy like this? He said that's the truth. You say you can't do something.
But
I
guess
put a
what? Guess
gun
what? Guess what?
to
His cheapest program is 2 million naira. His cheapest program is 2 million naira. His cheapest program is 2 million naira.
You say you tell me you have stage fright. I put a gun and I say you don't
get on
there.
stage.
You don't talk, I'll blow out your head. People said we start talking. So it was a lie that you said you had stage fright. So it's a lie that you are saying you don't have money. And these are some of the stories that are holding people bound. These are some of the stories that are holding people bound. You are telling yourself you can't do it. No, if I tell you that you need, okay, good. If your wife is in distress, let's say she wants to give birth, and they say provide this 1M or she's dead. What will you do?
But this is another way to look at it. If you make these investments, and by virtue of this investment, you are able to produce, let me find something completely reasonable. Okay, let me find something that is totally unreasonable. You are able to produce times 10 of your investments. Times 10 of your investments. Will it be worth it for you? Will it be worth it for you? Let me tell you something. There were certain programs. Okay, at a point in time, to do a program, I sold my car. Just to get on a course, I sold my car. And my wife has told me about it. And the reason is simple. When you know where you are going, you make the sacrifice for it. And generally, it is the people that sacrifice more that get more out of it. I'll say that again. The people that sacrifice more. Okay, when she was arguing for the 30K thing, because we had some exchange over that. And she told me it's for her people, for her people, that she was going to come to that price. What I said was this. Generally, the person that will throw 100,000 without thinking would likely not regard the class. So really, I don't want it to be, why I didn't want it to be so low. I don't want it to be an amount of money that people would pay and not know that they are making an investment in their lives, because where there is no sacrifice, people do not ensure to get results. People don't actually listen to the teacher. People listen to their investments.
Yeah.
I worked with somebody, and at a point in time, I told the person, you paid $1 million, but obviously this money, it doesn't make any sense to you. So every time we get in a conversation, what you spend the time doing with me is arguments. People that are stretched to pay that money, when I tell them do X, what they give me back is 3 options of X. Those guys got more results. The one that did it out of ease, person was eased out of the situation too. So please, if it's a bit of a stretch for you,
then
stretch.
Because
stretch. If you stretch now for this and you power start 2022, that will be the last time in your life that this kind of figures will be a stretch. Last time. Last time. I have people that I've worked with here. It's just, I didn't structure this to actually get people to talk on live. On my other classes, I actually get people to come and speak live feedback, so you can see and hear them by yourselves. So for all those of you that want to do power starts, please drop in the chat power start and drop your chat. Okay, I have Yemisi there. Power starts. Abdulhamid is on power starts. I have Chidima on power starts. I have Oluchi on power starts. I have Ibina Botu on power starts. I have Lawal on 5K. Thank you all for taking the bold initiative to invest in yourself. I want to say this before I go on with the class. Power is a good thing, but power must submit to authority for greatness to happen. In the picture that I used to greet you, there's a young man that is prostrating in that picture. That young man that is prostrating there, that young man that is prostrating there is the world boxing champion. There is nobody seated in this room that wants to get into a physical bout with him. He has enough power in one fist to knock life out of the most powerful authority there. But you know what? This guy would not have become the most powerful person if he did not first submit to authority. And that's what this picture is typifying. Even as at now that he's reigning as the world champion, you can see that it costs him nothing to submit to authority. Look through life. Mike Tyson became the world champion with his fists. And it got into his head, he got out of authority, and his life almost followed it. When it's time for power to become greatness, he finds authority to work with. And that's the reason why we provided the POWERSTART paid program, so that authority can guide you in power. That's the only thing that guarantees success. It's time again to go further in this journey.
If you are still here, congratulations, congratulations. Should we put this with this?
Okay, at a point in time, we're 40 now. We are 26. Awesome to have you.